Hey guys, today we have Izzy T. She is a British-Iranian alternative artist.
Yeah.
I'm so happy we finally made it happen.
I know. I've had a silly little cough, but thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm very happy for you to be here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your music background, or highlights of your artistry.
I'm an alternative artist from the UK. I'm British-Iranian, and I'm very proud of my heritage. I talk about it a lot in my music, and I really feel like that heritage shines through in a lot of my lyrics and a lot of what I talk about. And I'm originally from Yorkshire, Hull, East Yorkshire. I moved to LA officially last year, and I've got my green card. So
congratulations!
Thank you. Especially in this political climate, I'm extremely grateful because America seems to hate immigrants right now. But I think I have a lot to offer, and I think that in the year that I've been here, I've achieved a lot, and I've really proved my place in the music scene.
I do understand why you moved to Los Angeles, but I still want to ask you, what was the reason, and how did you make this decision to move, and how was it?
So I've always had this fixation with America. I think it originated from when I was little in the summer holidays. My mum and my dad worked a lot. They're both amazing parents, but they worked a lot. So they were juggling myself and my brother in between their jobs. And I just remember I used to watch a lot of films with my brother. We were either fighting or watching films. Probably why I box now. Like, fighting has always been like prominent from my childhood. But we used to watch a lot of American films, and I think, the American culture kind of creeped in from early childhood, and then through music, grew up on a lot of British but also American music. Was very, very inspired by Green Day, Paramore, Hailstorm, and then like a few American rappers, and Christina Aguilera.
I can see in your vocals influences of pop artists, and then when it comes to strong, powerful music, choruses,
big vocals, yeah,
definitely. Like when it comes to arrangement, it sounds like alternative rock.
Yeah, oh, for sure. As I said, I grew up on a lot of British and American music, but not just rock. Like I absolutely rinsed the CD, the Destiny's Child CD, Christina Aguilera, Stripped album, and I think some of the technical vocals that I do in my music is very Christina inspired, like Destiny's Child, Beyonce, like and Jessie J. I loved Jessie J growing up as well.
Oh,
Shout
yeah,
out
of
Jessie.
course. Very good.
Yeah,
strong.
like being on the scene, because I moved from Hull to London, and then Jessie was like very active on the scene, and I was just so inspired by some of the vocal riffs that she'd do. Like, do you remember the no 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 no?
Yeah. No, she's great. Like incredible, absolutely incredible.
I just wanted to. I felt like rock needed that, because rock is very ABC when it's just like 4 to the floor, and I don't know, it was just getting very simple and very samey, and I thought, okay, my roots are rock, but how can I create something that is different and it's really going to stand the test of time? And not only just with lyrics but also musically. So I worked with a few producers, and I really emulated the sounds of the early 2000s pop and rock, and with today's production.
I do appreciate complex vocals, and having those in rock or metal scene really makes my heart very happy. how is Los Angeles treating you? What do you like it here? And do you think it was the right decision to move to Los Angeles?
Ooh. It was definitely the right decision. I love my country. I love where I'm from. But I was so sick of the bad weather, for real. It gets me down so much. I was born in June, so I'm a summer baby, and I've always chased the sun. And when I first came to LA in 2018 just to plant the seed, if you will, just network and work with a few producers over here. And as soon as I arrived here, I just felt a different kind of energy. So where I'm from, it's a very small city. Again, I love Hull. But there's a certain mentality that you get in small towns, small cities, where at uni, I used to work in this supermarket, and I'd talk to my co-workers about being a singer and wanted to travel and do this and that, and they'd be like, "You're not very clever for a uni student, are you, if you think that you can do this and that?" And
so judgmental.
I know, but people up north can be so friendly yet so pessimistic. And basically where I'm from, it is kind of like the UK version of Shameless. If you've ever seen it. Yeah. It's got a lot of character. And I believe that, like, northern people, we have balls. Northern people have balls. But there's a pessimistic attitude that a lot of people kind of inherit from their parents, from their from their parents. And I guess I just wanted to break that and not go for the, meet someone, get the mortgage, have the kids, have the dog, work a 9 to 5, which, that is, if that's what you want to do and you achieve that, then that is awesome. But that was never what I wanted to do. I think LA is the most unconventional. It's the most untypical place that you can go.
I think it has great scene, and all creatives are basically here. Are you excited about NAMM?
Yeah, definitely. I go this week. I mean, probably when this podcast comes out, it's going to be after NAMM.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited to go to NAMM. I also have a festival, the first confirmed festival.
Congratulations.
Is Loud Women in New York City.
Oh my God, so cool.
May the 16th. So I'm super excited for that. And this year, I really wanted to challenge myself as a person, as an artist. I'm getting back into my boxing. I've had a bit of a break, but yeah, just decided this year I'm going to go full on with it. Going to go full on with my music, because sometimes as an artist, and especially being independent when you don't have as much support as like a signed artist with a full ass team. Like, I have my own very small team that I've created, but as a signed artist, like it's more like a machine.
Yeah.
So I feel like as an unsigned artist, as an independent artist, you have to be extremely self-reliant and just very organized.
Yeah.
Which, having ADHD and
Are you neurodivergent, my friend?
Yeah, I'm neurospicy. But yeah, it's harder to do. So I'm so excited to just challenge myself this year and release a new single every month starting from February. And my first single in February, I have a collaboration project that's coming out this Thursday, which I'm excited about. And,
feature song?
Yeah, I'm doing a feature with someone, and I don't want to give too much away, but I'll just say it's strange.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, my first release in February, you guys are actually the first to hear about it. It's a single that is heavily inspired by what's happening in Iran at the minute. I won't say too much because I don't want to get us shadow banned. The internet hates talking about Iran for some reason. But I was looking it up, and there's literally no way for me to help. There's no way other than just through my music, just raising awareness. I'm not a politician, and it's hard to send money or anything over there. So yeah, the only way I can help is through my music, and that's what I intend to do with this next single that I release in February. It's called Say Hello to My Violence, and it's going to have a very cinematic music video. And I love creating music that empowers people that need to be empowered or need to be lifted from a place of hopelessness and given some kind of hope.
I myself do not engage with political topics in my art, but I do loudly speak about social injustices.
Yeah.
So I love seeing artists who has different type of opinions and they deliver this to art, because this is why art actually exists.
There's something very beautiful about the fact that, I don't know, I'm this Tim Burton looking half white, half Persian singer. Even my Farsi, I'm not fluent in Farsi. My Farsi is bad. Should I even be talking for Iran because I'm only half Iranian? It's all bollocks. It's all bollocks. You don't need to be Iranian to stand up for a country that is being oppressed for so long. And if anything, it helps that I'm half white, because Iranian people have been silenced and ignored for so long. They're crying out for help to anybody. And I've been involved in events where it's a regime change led by women, and I'm so grateful that we have male allies who are joining and really supporting us, speaking up for Iran. But I think there's something beautiful that I am from both worlds, because for so long I felt like I didn't belong in either, because in school I was the kid with big dark frizzy hair and eyebrows, and they were like, where are you from? And then in Persian groups they're like, oh, you white girl.
I know how it is.
But I think that's actually my superpower, that I can talk to Western people through my music and say, hey, if you like the music, this is what it's actually about, and educate them about what's going on, and still give back to my Persian community and heritage.
I think I understand what you're talking about, because I myself come from country Georgia, which is not neighboring, but we are quite close. And even though it is Eastern Europe or considered like Europe, it is still Middle Eastern mindset. And there are like different good and bad things about my country. But when I actually came across your account, I found you a while ago.
Oh yeah, how did you find me?
Yeah, I think I found you on TikTok, and then I followed you on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the recent reels kind of stood up for me, because as a female or metal core artist, I often get similar comments. So you had that reel where you are showing hateful comments toward your outfits.
Oh yeah.
And it really resonated with me, because I am Eastern European, Middle Eastern-ish person who also didn't belong anywhere else for a long time, because I was born and raised in Russia, and I was always this immigrant kid.
Yeah.
But also when I come back to Georgia, I'm too Russian, although Georgians love me and I love Georgia. But at the same time, culturally, I do not really fully belong anywhere, because Georgia is a very traditional country, and what I do is considered as shameful behavior for a woman. You know what I mean? So when I saw
Meanwhile, they can do what they want and never get judged or ever be held accountable. And a lot, like half of my listeners are men. I love men. I'm married to a great man, and a lot of my mates are men. But then it's hilarious, because you get these incels online and they always look the same. They're always like these bald, middle-aged white dudes.
Let's give a little heads up what we are actually talking about.
Yeah.
So Izzy had a reel where she was wearing outfit for the show, which looked really badass, and
It was hot.
It was a very hot looking outfit, and there were like lots of misogynistic comments towards Izzy by claiming that talent, when you don't have talent, you undress yourself to have an attention. Am I right? Am I delivering?
No,
this
that was exactly what was going on.
So this is what was happening. Izzy made a reel where she's showing those hateful comments where they are suppressing her personality and her art towards just like sexualized object, and then just making fun of artists who is exploring artistically in different ways, which is costume is also part of your artistic
So I did a tour run with an artist called Delilah Bon, and she's awesome, by the way. Love her. And there was a particular show in Michigan. I planned out all my outfits for the different shows. I was loving it. And there was this particular outfit. I loved it because it was super hot. It gets really hot. Even under these lights, it's hot. Do you know what I mean? So imagine loads of these lights in a big ass venue with a lot of bodies. It gets, just really sweaty. So I'm wearing kind of elasticy crop and panties on stage. But
which is very common among lots of big name stars, like major artists like Lady Gaga,
Gaga,
Katy
Madonna.
Perry, Madonna. Like it's not something new, but for some reason, when it comes to rock music, when there's a female fronted or band or artist, people still expect you to kind of be conservative, which is strange because rock music is all about rebellious, right? For me, as a Georgian who was always shamed for my body and being called slut and prostitute for absolutely no reason and just to make me feel bad about my body, and for me, act of wearing something like that could be actually protest and also sexually exploring myself, right? Because I've been always trying to be a good girl, and that was still not enough. In the end of the story, I'm the villain.
The villain. Yeah.
So,
Meanwhile, men go on Meanwhile, men go on stage shirtless. Prince used to go on in a thong and heels and tights and shirtless. Like, how? Where was the judgment for him? Like, not saying that he should have been judged, but basically, female artists are not allowed to be talented and sexy at the same time, apparently. We're torn apart.
And sharp.
Yeah.
If you're, like, cleverness, like, there is rarely people talk about female when it comes to how clever this person is.
Yeah.
It's always, like, circles around the idea of sexiness or something else, but never about their intelligence, never about like stuff like that.
It's always the outside aesthetic.
Yeah.
If a man is assertive, he's a leader. If a woman is assertive, she's a bitch. That's
100%. What was the craziest comment you like? Something stand out, and you remember, and you were like, "It's ridiculous." Like,
oh, there's been so many. I personally really liked the Lady Gargoth comment. I was like, I'm happy with that. I can die happy because I love Gaga. That was one of my favorites. And then there was this other comment that it was from a guy, and it said, "Don't feed the whores." And it's funny because I screenshotted these guys and highlighted them in my Incel Hall of Fame reel. And there was literally a picture with him and two daughters. And
oh yes, that's a thing. For some reason, the
men
most
with
helpful...
daughters, like, if my dad left any comments like that on any girl's photo, I would be like, "Dad, what the fuck are you doing? Who are you?" It's so
my
hypocritical.
father is someone who will totally leave hateful comments like that.
He's old
And I
school.
will not old school. No, then I refuse to call it old school. He's like super misogynistic. Even
Yeah.
whenever I talk about this, I afraid that one of my relatives will give me a call and tell me, "How dare you speak badly about your parents?" But it is true. My father is someone who can hit on young women on the internet and then call them, it'll turn 180 immediately and call them names just
Yeah.
for them doing their thing, you know? So
Is he?
yeah.
Is he like? Does he date?
He would love to, but nobody wants to date him. Thank God.
This is, yeah. First of all, so sorry about that. A good female friend of mine who's also a similar artist to me has the same issue as you, and that's why she creates the music that she creates.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hats off to you for not following the footsteps of your father, because some women can do that. There's this
Internal misogyny.
yeah,
is a
internal
thing.
misogyny that they inherit from their parents, and yeah, I just think I'm too iconic to be washing dishes and wearing dresses to my feet and obeying obeying the patriarchy. I think that I was born to do more than that.
I feel you on that. Although I am a mom of two, and I honestly, this is how I suppress my anxiety by cleaning and washing dishes. This is not only thing what I would love to do. Like, let me explain. Although I honestly find it soothing to clean my house, just because I
Yeah.
have severe fucking anxiety, I think I can do so much better and I can bring so much value to the world than just this little piece of like house warmth I'm creating right now. Although I think as long as with other mothers, we are doing all of it, to be honest. I am being a mom and also I do my music on my free spare time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's
So like when
incredible.
children are sleeping and my husband is sleeping, I do that in the beginning and after. So like
Yeah.
I pursuing my dream in the little breaks I have from my
No,
works and the
that's
stuff.
incredible. Sorry if that sounded ignorant. I meant
No, no, no,
when
no.
it's expected that you only do that. Like that is the
Yeah,
female's
yeah,
role and that's
totally.
it. Like when you're expected to only do that, to just breed and clean and go to bed, and that is your role for life. Like
Yeah.
basically being a free maid. Like when that's the only expectation and the glass ceiling that's put you know, in your
You
life.
don't have to explain yourself. I'm sorry that my what I said came across this
No,
way.
I think
do
it's
support you. On
no,
what
I
you're
think it's
saying.
incredible when that you even have time to do like all of that and raise a human being. I find that incredible.
It all comes in costs of my health. That's it. There's no magic out of it. I just steal 30 minutes or 40 minutes of my sleep in the morning and then hour in the evening in order to maintain being mom and rock star and whatever fuck I'm doing for everyone in my life. So
Yeah.
it is not easy.
It's a sacrifice because
Yeah.
no matter what, you could have the most supportive partner, but the mother is always going to be the default parent. Always.
That's true. Is there a version of you that almost quit? At some point you had this moment when you are like ready to give up. As an artist, of course.
Yeah. Just on life.
Like a goodbye. I'm done with you people.
Goodbye, cruel world. 22.
It was a difficult year, 2022.
Yeah. I got super depressed. I just had a lot of bad days that led to this moment where I was at the side of what Americans would call a freeway. I was having this moment where I thought I would be rid of all my pain if I just got rid of myself from this world right now. And then I called my friend Leo, and he was like, "Why are you at the side of the road?" And I said, "It's Leo, I'm not doing well." And he knew everything that was happening with me. Just everything was falling apart at once. I felt like my career was falling apart, my family life, relationship, my relationship with myself, the most important relationship. And, you know, I think I'm quite an extroverted, confident person, but I was just a shell of myself at this point. And Leo was like, first of all, get away from the road. And he spoke to me for quite a while on the phone, and yeah. And I thought of, thank God for family. Family is so important. I just thought of, if I was about to do what I was going to do would affect my family, especially my sibling has autism, and I thought about how that would affect him. So I thought, okay,
This is the brother you mentioned earlier.
yeah, and I thought, I can't do this to them. Even if I want to do this to myself, I can't do this to them. I just continued to meditate. I started writing again, started getting into the studio. In 2023, I thought, you know what? I need a fresh start. Let's explore LA and see what that does. And then I came to LA and I worked with this producer called Jake Magnus. He, at the time, he'd worked on the Tickets to My Downfall album with MGK. I found him online. And then fast forward, I'm in LA in the studio with him. And he was like, come blast this mic. So then my song Catch Myself was born. And that song was very kind of pop punky and fun and deep, but lighthearted at the same time. And slowly, piece by piece, I started becoming myself again. Now, fast forward to 2026, I'm married. And damn, like if I decided to do what I was going to do back in 2022, and when I was stood at the side of that freeway, then I wouldn't have met my husband. I wouldn't have toured America. I wouldn't have performed at NAMM. I wouldn't have done all the incredible things that I have since I've hit LA. And yeah, if anyone's ever thinking about, this isn't an advert, this is just me talking from experience, telling you that if you've ever had those thoughts that are lying to you and just make your head such a dark space that you feel like it doesn't get any better, it does. Depression is a fucking liar. And it takes a while to rewire your brain, but it takes work, and no one's going to do that work apart from you. So yeah, please just love yourself enough to stay on earth and remember that you do have a purpose. Maybe your purpose is to stay so you can help someone else, or yeah, but everybody has a purpose.
Thank you so much for sharing. This is not the first time I have conversations like this on my interview, and unfortunately, it is more common than people think, especially among rock artists. Of course, among all genres, but like because lots of trauma, people go through different phases of their lives. I myself have been depressed. I relate to things you're saying. Depression is a real thing, and there are lots of countries who still stuck in the idea that depression is
it's real.
made up thing, which is not true. It's a chemical disbalance. It's a trauma. It's a lot of things. And you reached out to your friend who stayed with you on the phone. That was the biggest, nicest thing you could do for yourself.
Yeah.
And I reached out for help too. When I realized, I just picked up the phone and called mental health line. And I got all help I needed. I am on antidepressants and my life is back to normal, and I just know how it is, and it is sad, and it is dark, and many people experience it, and it is sad because from outside, it's almost impossible to say. Because if you would meet me back then when I was depressed, you would think my life is perfect.
Yeah.
And final question for us today will be, how do you see success, your success? Let's take this number out of like 5 years. What's success for you as an artist look like?
Creating music that I love with people that I really respect. Being able to live comfortably from music. For 2026, I'm looking forward to having all kinds of collaborations, female, male, whatever. Just more collaborations. I want to tour more. I'm looking forward to acting. LA doesn't represent the whole of America.
No. It's such a different place.
I'll tell you what I love about Americans. They're fearless. Absolutely fearless. It's like no dream is too big here.
Oh, I love this about America. That's why I came here, because no, like, bigger and fatter your optimism is and your goal is, people have more respect, and I love it, because in my own country we have lots of similarity again. When I've been told I'm too extra, I want too much, and how unrealistic it is what I want, and then here we are.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not
here
a
and I'm
real
just
job.
fucking doing it.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm just really looking forward to dropping this single in February. And I think, yeah, all I'll say about it is it's very cinematic. The music video is going to be graphic as hell, but you're also going to see me fight. That's all I'll say.
Well, we're very excited about that, and thank you so much, Izzy, for being here today.
Thank you
It
for
was a
having
pleasure
me.
to have a conversation with you. Thank you, and bye.